right.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
It is podcast time. We're talking about conversations powered by Just Talk and Will Edwards.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back to you, because congratulations to you. You are such the proliferator.
Wow.
You are such the articulator.
Wow.
That, in other words, you speak well and you come off well. And we, Lisa and I, totally enjoy having you as a co-host of our weekly podcast, and you get to show up once a month regularly.
It is the highlight of my month.
Okay. So tell me, if we were talking about professional accolades, or let's say forget about accolades, if we were talking about, if you were going to announce yourself to an audience or to a staff or a team, you would say what to them? You are, I do.
I would say that I was an entertainer.
Okay.
What would you tell people you are?
I would say that I'm a professional speaker.
Yes.
Success coach.
Yes.
I would say that, and I would don't want to go on long, but I'd say also author and podcaster.
Wow. Nice, man. Yes, you are like, I want to be you when I grow up.
I'm doing something.
I know you are. I love it.
And so that's what I would say. But the really cool thing is that you're back again, and this comes around so fast. You cannot. I really wish we could have you on every single show, but we want variety.
We do want variety.
What is it called?
Variety.
You're making my head itch.
It happens. Sorry, everybody.
But here's the deal. We're going to jump right into the program because we only have a half-hour power.
That is true.
We have a half-hour power. In fact, Lisa and I have this thing that we call the 5-minute hour.
Oh, wow.
The 5-minute hour.
Wait, first of all, everybody, Lisa and this young man here, they just come up with these phenomenal sayings that you're like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to use it myself. This is like phenomenal. Go. 5-minute hour. Explain.
So here it is. First off, Lisa's running she's running the, what do we call it, the chat room?
The chat room, Lisa.
Let's do a shout out and a wave to her. Let's do a shout out and a wave to her. Do we get to see her or no?
Do we get to see? We don't see.
Hello,
there she is.
Okay.
There she is. Hey.
So this is called the 5-minute hour, and Lisa and I created this. What it is, have you ever been in one of those engaging conversations, Will?
Yeah.
And time is passing.
Yeah.
And you just happen to take a look at your watch, and you know for a fact that 5 minutes has passed.
But it's been an hour.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's what we call the 5-minute hour.
I love it.
There's such a rhythm and there's such a flow to that.
And it's so easy. And
exactly.
I love it.
And you're gaining such value on all sides of it.
I love it.
What we don't want to do is create the hour 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
What is that? Tell me. What do you think that is?
Man.
You look at your watch and
you look at your watch and you think, oh.
It's been an hour.
It's been an hour and I got nothing out of it.
It's been 5 minutes.
This is too much.
So we're going to do the 2.5 minute half hour.
Oh, I like it.
So that's what we're going to do.
Let's get.
So I want to announce
Yes.
the main subject of today's program. I want our audience listening, or the folks driving in their cars, listen to this via audio if they're watching it on their tubes or YouTube or Google TV or Vegas Video Network, wherever they're watching or listening.
Yes.
I want them to know that we're going to introduce something that could have extreme value in their lives.
I am so excited about this.
Yes.
No, seriously, I am so excited about this.
And so I'm going to announce it, and we're going to go back and forth. What it is you and I decided that the podcasting gig is so cool that we want to have other people enjoy and feel that energy. And I can tell your excitement is popping over.
So excited about it.
And it's called Cocktails and Conversations.
Cocktails and Conversations, everyone.
Cocktails and Conversations.
Featuring Jesse Farrell and Will Edwards.
That's it.
I love it. Now listen. So we're gonna conduct. Listen, what you see here, what we do together, you and I.
Yes.
You're gonna get this live.
What are they going to get? What are they going to value? First of all, let's talk about the concept. Let's talk about the concept.
Well, let me just say, we're going to do it at the Crepe.
Okay.
And it's at Tivoli Village.
Beautiful.
Which is a great location.
And a great restaurant.
Great restaurant. And Agnes is the owner, and she's opening her doors for our people to come in.
Agnes is exceptional in every single way.
Love her.
As a person, as a female, as a entrepreneur, as a chef, as a provider of great services.
Yes.
She's off the chain.
So the question, Jesse, is...
I'm ready.
So this live event that we're going to do, we're taking it out of the studio.
Correct.
In front of some folk.
On the road again. You know Willie Nelson? I can't wait to get on the road again.
Oh, you're
making music with my friends. We're not going to be making music, but we're going to be telling stories.
So
and sharing conversation.
What can someone expect?
Number one.
From this?
The participants or the attendees, the people that come to that. First off, let's say it's going to be December 9th.
December 9th.
That's the very first kickoff.
6:30 to
8:30.
8:30.
It's going to be a 2-hour program.
2-hour program.
5-minute hour times 2.
Yes.
Okay. And what they can expect, they can come and know that they're going to be a part of, enthralled in, and engaged with an empowering conversation.
Let me just say something. This thing is very, in my head, it's very special.
It is.
Because it's something that you haven't seen, because some people think that this aid and helping people and so forth is you have to be like so serious about it.
Correct.
We are not.
No.
The content is serious,
right,
yes.
The content's serious.
But our approach to it, you know what? This is life. We live it every single day. Why do I want to be sad about that?
Why do you want to be heavy about it?
No.
Why do you want to be weighed down by it?
It's going to be fun.
Why do you want to be, if this is all a part of living life, why not make this a hopscotch game, a salt and pepper game where some things are very, very serious.
Kick the can.
Yeah, and some things are very soft. And the message doesn't always have to hurt when you get it.
No, it's true.
So this is going to be an edutainment style of delivery.
What? A what?
Edutainment. Not new word. Some folks use it, but yeah, it's a new word.
So what does that mean
It's exactly? A combination of education and entertainment. And people that know Will Edwards,
yes,
you have a number of gifts, honestly.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
But one
that.
of your best gifts is as an entertainer.
Thank you.
People know me, and I have 1 or 2 things that I can do decently.
You do quite a few things decently.
Well, that's too kind of.
I've seen the food. Okay. I've seen the food photos.
But, you've been on Facebook.
But in addition to that,
okay. In addition to that, that's tasty. A lot of folks know me for being the educator or being one that likes to educate others.
Exactly.
So you as the entertainer, me serving as the educator.
Yes.
We're going to create a phenomena that we use. Lisa and I use this in our coaching programs. We use this in our speaking platforms, in our keynotes and workshops and trainings. We use a style of delivery we call edutainment. And you, with Will Edwards, I get to team up with you and learn with you how to raise the bar.
Look,
tell me
same
your thoughts.
Thing.
Tell me your thoughts.
Right back at you, man. I sit at this mic once a month, and I am better every single time. Not because I walked in the door, not because of anything else, but because of what you bring. And what you talk about.
I appreciate
seriously.
that.
And everybody at home, you might think, oh, look at them talking about each other.
No. It's really about the people.
It is sincere.
It's the people that we serve.
It is sincere.
The reason why you do what you do is to serve others.
I do.
The reason why I do what I do is to serve others.
It's true.
And so that's the whole point of this. And so this edutainment style is going to be one where we offer up a conversation.
Yes.
That is a topic that's typically a hot topic or an essential piece of all of our lives. Right?
Yes, but let me say this, Jesse. This thing, what we're creating is something that I don't think anyone has experienced before, because we want you to leave that room exhilarated.
Exactly. We want them to leave with that they were part of something bigger than themselves.
A word that I love is words, I should say. That I love.
Fair enough.
Insights within yourself.
I like that. I love that because the self-discovery, they'll be part of the conversation. We will be the co-hosts of this program in this format. They'll be part of the conversation. And what they stand to gain is getting in touch with self.
Well, you know what the truth of the matter is, that if people are going through something, you know where the answer is?
Inside. A lot of people,
it's always been there.
But where do people look when they're going through something that's a problem or a challenge? Where do they look for answers?
Everywhere else.
Outside.
Everywhere else.
And the answer is inside.
You have that answer. So this program, this Cocktails and Conversations, and the reason why we call it Cocktails and Conversation, it's like a happy hour point. There will be some cocktails there,
right?
And then
there'll be some food as well.
There will be food as well,
because Agnes is going to burn it up in the kitchen in a good way.
Let me just tell you,
okay?
Agnes, come on,
she's going to bring it.
Come on, girl.
At Crepes,
she's
going to bring it.
Come on, girl.
All right then.
But the whole idea is that we want you to leave there with something that you can do to better it, something that is tangible that you can physically do, which has been our thing since we've started this. Is that not correct?
It is correct, but I'll take it one step higher.
Please.
I love what you said. Something that you can do, be, and have.
Love it.
Something that you can do.
Stop it.
What's your term?
Stop
kick over the what?
I'm going to kick over a baby carriage. That's how good this is. No, that's how good this is because it's true.
Right. So we want them to be able to get in touch with something that's already inside of them. And our goal through storytelling, through sharing empowered conversation,
and then and also hearing what vulnerable. You have to do.
Yes,
but it's also very interactive. We're not just going to stand up and lecture you. All we're doing is facilitating.
Exactly.
We're facilitators with our hands up like this.
And you can almost call us banana peelers.
What?
Because we're going to be peeling back layers to reveal for them.
How do you get to these things?
What is already there?
I love it.
Would you like to call it an apple peeler?
Or
onion peeler?
Onion peeler, because
so
we're layers. Because we are full of layers.
Exactly. We all are.
We're like Shrek.
Oftentimes, we live from that outside layer.
Yes.
What's really driving the bus is the stuff on the inside.
It is
so
true.
We got to get square and straight with that. So let's talk about it.
But can I just say this?
Yes.
Nothing changes in terms of us showing you the mirror. Is that correct?
Let me stand for people that may not be able to see the mirror at the time. So the point, yes, but the point is, if they will allow us to show them the mirror.
Okay, good. All right, great.
If they will allow us to show them the mirror, then we will speak to that with truth.
Yes.
We will be truth tellers. We will be transparent. We will be caring and giving.
Love it.
But we will show them the mirror. So when they look at that reflection, then we're there to help them work through all of that.
Love it.
Whatever that looks like.
Got it.
In other words, they may be lost in matters in life. Some of the things, I wrote down a few things. Some people have challenges, a lot of people have challenges where they're lost in life with certain matters they can't get over. They're stuck. They're broken. Also, sometimes it's job burnout. Sometimes it's managing loss or finding their purpose in life.
It matters, though. It matters, though, doesn't it?
I'd be willing to bet that the audience out there listening to this or watching this right now, all those things I just mentioned, being stuck with job burnout, lost in life, lost with a purpose, they're looking for answers and they don't know where to find them.
Correct.
Part of the Cocktails and Conversation is to get them on the success path journey of solution-based thinking to resolve those matters.
Exactly.
Do you have an issue? By example, let's just you and I have a conversation.
Well, let's have a conversation
let's do
then.
It.
So, for me personally, I do a lot of things, right?
I
have a television show.
Okay. You have the only late night
television show in Vegas. I also I am the creator of Squareware by Will Edwards, which is a pocket square.
Square looks good.
Which is a pocket square business that I have. You can check it out at squarewarebywilledwards.com.
Okay.
And then I also I'm an actor.
Okay.
I have a full-time job.
Okay. You have another day job.
I have another day job.
Okay.
That is correct. And then in between all that, I write scripts.
Okay.
I'm currently working on a sitcom.
Okay, that's 6 things so far.
I am working on a reality show.
And you know who you remind me of?
Who's that?
Damon Wayans.
Oh.
You got 12 jobs, man. I am a cook, and I am a barber, and I am a fisher, and I am an electrician.
We talked about your accents.
You gonna roll the brother on the bus?
I'm sorry, no, it wasn't.
And what?
It wasn't about. It was a short bus, though.
What in the world do you think is wrong with my accent?
It was a short bus.
Are you trying to say something about my southern accent again?
Don't do that again.
What you talking about? I'm talking about my southern accent.
Here's what I deal with. Right. So at home, I have a beautiful wife,
which is another role.
And I have a cat. So my big deal is balancing it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I had to step back from it a little bit because she was like, okay, look.
You gonna come home sometime?
You got what's happening. Right. Because I think that I'm doing everything for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm building this thing. I'm building this brand. Oh, I do comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm building this thing so that it makes money and it's sustainable and we're all good.
To provide for the family.
Exactly. Okay. But as you're building that thing, what happens? You start to neglect. So some areas will go down.
Collapse.
So my wife is like, dude, you better come on home.
Right.
So
you alibi that with I'm
doing this for us.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is that we can get so engaged in these things.
Correct.
And these things that we're doing to build it and forget that there are people right there in the present. Yeah, we're building for the future.
Not only are there people right there in the present, not only are you building for the future, that means the question is, are you are you present?
Are you
and
today?
And
that is the issue.
And the answer is you're
no,
not
you're
present.
not. You're not. It's true.
Because the whole point of all this, baby, I'm doing this for you.
Yes.
It's for when?
No, I know.
When
it's
you
true.
get there, it's never. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say.
Is there a baby carriage in here?
Kick it over.
Because I'm looking for it right now.
You know what? Here, did you see me kick it over? You know what I'm going to say to you? Tell me how this resonates with you. It's almost never about what it's really about.
I'm going to find a baby carriage right now. Excuse me, everyone.
Right?
It's true.
Because here you have sold yourself this bill of goods and seeking to sell this to your wife about you're doing this all for her. But at what price? Exactly. And at what cost? And at what point do you really plug back in?
Right.
The whole purpose, if you're really doing this for us, why isn't there any us time today?
I'm going to leave.
Totally
I'm walking out of this. I'm walking out of the studio right now.
You got some baby.
I am.
To kick
if
over.
they're not baby, I'm going to find somebody to kick over. But it's true.
And
so what?
No,
that is true.
Yeah.
It is true. And I had to. Here's the thing that I think that we all come to a point where we have to do. We have to look at ourselves.
If you're willing to look in the mirror.
You have to do. Listen, there's no question about it, Jesse.
Right.
You have to look into that mirror because
if you don't, what happens?
If you don't look in that mirror, it's going to crash and burn.
Well, if you don't look in that mirror, then you're living in an alternate...
It's a different life.
No, yes.
It's a different world.
You're living in an alternate universe. The world that you're living in is not a reality-based perspective.
Yes.
You're living in the perception of how you believe things are, not how they really are.
I looked in the mirror, and I realized I was being neglectful.
But you say you looked in the mirror, but you had to have coaxing and encouragement.
Yeah, well, you know what?
And she had to have a sit down with you to say, baby, here's the mirror. Because you haven't held it in a while. Do you know what this mirror looks like?
Exactly.
And when you looked in it, you were shocked.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
And why am I doing it to this degree?
So you know, my wife and I, we both work. She's in school, and I'm doing all the things that I'm doing. Okay. So we just designated. We said, you know what? That's it.
Right.
At the very least, right now, one day, we're going to take that day.
Take some time.
And we're going to take that time together.
And
we're going to grow and build together.
Time. But wait a minute. That's not the only time.
No.
That's the guaranteed time.
That is exactly. That is the time that nothing else happens.
And I can tell you, I have made that mistake in my life before.
Have you?
There was a period in my life where I thought that I was providing for my family.
Yeah.
And the significant others in my life. And I was working 18 hours a day.
You know what? Sometimes I go back to my church days and I'm like, preach, Reverend Jesse.
I was working this is not a figure of speech.
Right.
And when I wasn't at work, my beeper and cell phone was going off all the time solving other people's problems. I was making a high six-figure income.
You're solving other people's problems.
Right.
But
I got a bigger problem, which is I am not present where I'm at. How can I be present if I'm working 18 hours
Isn't that
a day?
a big deal, though?
It's a really big deal.
And I think that a lot of people go through that. You're not in the moment. At that moment, you're not in that moment.
But what do you think my biggest problem was?
Tell me.
I didn't know what I didn't know.
Baby carriages, look out.
Kick it. Right? And so that's where you're at. Your wife, thank God, you have a wonderful relationship.
She's phenomenal.
Able to have a conversation. You are able to have a conversation, like the program here called Conversation.
Yes.
You were able to have a conversation with her. And, well, actually, the two of you were able to have a conversation with one another.
Yes.
Where you could get a reality-based perspective. She could show you, hold up the mirror, you could look in that reflection, and you can start making corrections. So what are the first corrections you begin to make once you got that reflection?
Well, so the first thing I did is that I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. So what did I do? So the first thing we did was we syncopated our schedules.
Okay.
It's a big word.
Syncopation. Not only can you do edutainment, you're also edumacated.
Exactly.
Are you showing off that edumacation?
I'm showing off, y'all. Yes. So that's what we did. So we said, you know what? Maybe we can't get 2 days off together, but at least we'll have one. And that day is our sacred day. Nothing else happens during that day that doesn't have to do with the two of us together at the same time in that moment together.
And doing things that are not directly related to your job
Exactly.
or hers.
Exactly. And then I really had to look at the amount of time I was spending away from home because, you know, I'm an entertainer. I'm in, and the way people remember you is that you appear.
Exactly.
Places. You show up.
You show up. Right.
So I had to pull that back as well and go, you know what?
Well, that's what I want the people at Cocktails and Conversation and a live version of what we do to gain empowerment. Number one, by even if they don't share their own story or stories, by listening to other people's lives and what's going on in their lives. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we're all living the same life.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we're all living the same life.
One more time.
You don't kick over the baby chair.
No, one more time.
Oh, at the end of the day, we're all living the same life. And I'll say that to the viewers out there. Wow. At the end of the day, we're all living the same lives. It's just that we're expressing it on some level on a continuum. We may not be at the same place of living that same life, but somewhere on that continuum from top to bottom, we're all living the same life. What do we want in life? We want joy.
Yes.
We want happiness.
Yes.
We want to be respected and loved and cared for. What else?
I want some money.
You want some? Oh, what are you, Cuba Gooding Jr. now? Show me the money.
Exactly.
Right?
But you want to feel valued. You want to be seen. You know, as a human
build connections.
Being.
You want to have relationships with powerful exchanges between those relationships.
Yes.
Because if you took away the relationships in your life,
yes,
what kind of life would you have?
I would be an ogre.
You would have nothing. The quality of your
be
relationships.
Living in a forest by myself in the woods.
And how would that leave you feeling?
Not great.
No.
I'm just gonna
you start to look like Cro-Magnon.
Nah, that's terrible.
You look a little like Cro-Magnon right now.
That's terrible.
Did you hear what
I heard what you said. I'm not listening sometimes. Oh, I'm back. Hey, everybody, living in the moment.
If I'm the only one laughing at my stuff, I'm good with that, just so you know. Because you're the funny guy, not me. Will, tell people where they can find you. If people want to reach you, where can people find you? Speak into that camera.
Wow. Hey, everybody.
Audience and let them know.
Well, my goodness, you can find me all over the place. But if you want to check out The Will Edwards Show, go to www.thewilledwardsshow.com. If you want to find out about my comedy, you can go on Facebook. It's called We Funny Comedy Show on Facebook.
And We Funny stands for?
Will Edwards Funny.
I like it.
And created that, and you could come down. October 9th is the next one.
Okay.
8:30 at Inspire downtown.
Very
Inspire
nice.
Theater.
And that's
it's
a great
funny
program
show.
you put down there too.
It's such a fun show.
It is.
It's such a fun show.
Very, very, very price conscious as well. So easy getting.
$10.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
$10 and happy hour drink special.
Go see Will on the We Funny because the guy's good.
And if you want some pocket squares, you can go to Squareware by WillEdwards.com.
Okay.
And you can shop.
Very nice.
We have a shop online.
Also very economical as well.
It is. It is. It's fantastic.
You're not trying to break the bank. You're trying to get your stuff out there.
Trying to get the stuff out there. And I want you to look good and feel good.
Exactly. Exactly. I like it. Well, let's tell people where they can find us at.
How can we find you?
First off.
Hang on. And Lisa.
And Lisa Listen and Jesse Farrell can be found, number one, at JessTalk.com, which you'll see every now and then. That'll come across the bottom of the screen here on the podcast. But for the podcast show itself, they can find us. They can see us at iTunes.
There's too many things.
Apple TV, Roku TV, Stitcher, Google TV, YouTube. They can catch us on our RSS feed, Facebook, Twitter, and certainly, last but definitely not least, at Vegas Video Network. Yes. Also, while I'm at it, there are wonderful shows on the network.
Let me just tell you something. These guys, they know what they're doing around here.
Absolutely, they do. They know, these guys, meaning starting with Scott Whitney, who also knows his stuff when it comes to this programming kind of stuff. And the podcast. This guy's on his game.
He's on his game.
There's a program on the network that's called Niche to Profit. Oh. And this is a good one. And it actually comes on just before our program here, Conversations. And it's hosted by Danny Ackerman.
Nice.
And this lady... If you're interested in making a living on eBay, this lady is at six figures plus, and she teaches others how to do it as well.
Shut your mouth.
At the end of the day.
Seriously?
Yeah, when it comes to...
seriously, 6 figures?
If the person to see about this, if you're interested in that, is Danny Ackerman. You know why?
Why?
Because she is all that and a bag of chips. Extra large.
Extra large bag of chips?
Yes. So watch her program that comes on just before this program.
Do it.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah,
That's great.
I did want to share that. So, but let's back to you. Our conversation that we're having. The conversation that people are going to be privy to at the Cocktails and Conversations live version, it's going to be things that leave them feeling contemplative.
Yes.
Involved, connected, interested, solution-based.
I think in addition to that people will, my hope is that people are going to leave there a little invigorated, and they're going to feel a bit of hope.
They are.
That they're not, number one, that they're not by themselves.
I was going to say they're in community.
Right. They're not alone in what it is that they're going through. And number two, there is a solution.
There is. I have a situation. There's a female that I've been friends with for a long time that has a son that doesn't want to grow up. That's 29 years young and is having a hard time wanting to leave the nest. No responsibility, no accountability.
Really?
And we're going to talk about.
We need to kick over that.
Well, we need
to kick over that.
Like real fast, because it's time at 29 years young, and there's a bit of a codependent strand that's happening. With the friend of mine that's female and the son, and what she wants is the best for her son. Yeah, but giving him everything and not allowing him to learn how to.
But
fish for himself.
Is it all his fault? Is it all him?
No, it is not all him. And those are the things that were going to happen. So
interesting.
Where else is the culprit? The culprit is in the over-serving part. Maybe that mother has an over-serving mentality tied to a guilt complex.
Right.
Tied to a disease to please.
Wow.
And that's why the son won't disconnect. Because he's getting all of his needs met, doing very little to nothing.
I wouldn't go anywhere.
Most people wouldn't. So my whole point is that will be one of those type of conversation starters.
I love it.
That could take off and get wings.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great thing because it is some of the things that we all do,
and it's
in some way. I mean, and it's not a guilt thing, right?
Right. No, it's not. And also, don't you also think that it's not all about doing things that it's not about this conversations and cocktails, not about things that are always about things that are broken, that are wrong, that are defeated. There's some people that'll be there that are in a good place looking to go to great.
Yes.
How do they go from good to great? Right? So what do you think about that?
I love it. Because you know what? The participants in this group, in this cocktails and conversations live, these guys, it's going to be a range of people. We're going to have some new folks there.
Yes, we are.
We're going to have some mid-range folks that have tried some stuff.
Yes.
But then we're going to have those guys that are like at a point where it's like, you know what? Here I am, and I need to take this up an additional notch or two.
Exactly. It's going to be about inclusion.
Exactly.
They're going to be in conversation with us, not us serving as the Joe leaders of all.
I am like, and let me just say this too as well, Jesse, which we should warn people.
I'm ready.
This is a warning.
Yes.
You come to cocktails and conversations.
Yes.
It is interactive.
Right.
We are not. I'm not going to be sweating all day,
no.
and the participants not working with us.
You're not going to be sweating a moment because if they're not working with us, we're going to get them working with us.
Exactly.
And we both have ways of doing that.
Be ready for that because that is part of learning.
Yes,
it's part of education.
I agree.
It's part of learning, and it's part of entertainment. It's that engagement that makes it a community.
Absolutely. And this is a trite saying, but when you help enough people get what they want, they'll help you
get what you want.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I do want to say getting what we want. Next week, we're going to have a guest on the program. It's going to be Clay Overlane with Cornerstone Merchant Services, and we're going to be discussing, check this out, EMV chip, a new EMV chip. And the question is your business EMV compliant?
Oh.
So there's going to be some internet stuff and really cool things on that. So that's going to be a great program piece for us to be involved with. And the other thing is, I love what has happened here on this program.
I love it.
You always show up top-notch, first class. And at the end of the day, you know how you always leave me feeling?
How do I leave you feeling?
You always leave me feeling great.
Ow!